Okay, good. It's coming. We make sure Facebook is on. And we get our TikTokers on. It's 12:12. We're back at it again. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna change some angles here. Yay. Well, let's turn this down. All right. Yay, we finally, on day 4, we got Facebook in the house. What you say? What you say? We got Facebook in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, my nose. Okay, and now let's get our talkers on. Let's see. I'll be back in Hawaii soon, y'all. I'll have to be worried about all this. Go live. Okay. Oops. We're going to be doing part 4. So, y'all, what we're doing today, get some water. Make sure you have your water. Make sure you got your water. Make sure you have your water, okay? Because we are dealing with emotional neutrality today. A family dinner and a couple of other scenarios, you know, for this holiday season. So I've been coming to you. Hold on, let me get TikTok on. Hold on. Okay, this is part 4. Okay. Holiday harmony. Okay, live demo. Okay. All right. So thank y'all for your patience in setting this up. I had to test it. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So exciting. So exciting. So exciting. Oh, I need to see if my peeps are on Facebook. If you all can let me know that you're here. Let's see. Be most appreciative. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. We talking about holiday harmony, and helping you all transcend the triggers from all the stuff that happens when we get together during the holidays, and everybody got that uncle or that auntie or that cousin, right? That one that is always cutting up, acting a fool. Go Shop America, Dr. Letitia, right? Yes. Oh, I got a lady I'm going to send to you. Okay, for Go Shop America. Yes, yes, yes. So grateful. All right, so welcome back. My Holiday Harmony family, welcome. Let's take a slow, deep breath with me. We're going to be shifting some stuff, okay? So over the last few days, you know, we've noticed our emotions and learned to release what does not belong, okay? What does not belong. And we felt the lightness that comes when we let the energy go instead of holding on to it, right? So today we're taking another step. We're dealing with emotional neutrality. We talked about also what's happening on with the neurons, right? When you uproot one belief, low vibration frequency that happens around the holidays specifically. This occurs for all your life, but we're talking about specifically in the context of the holidays because it's so much going on, right? So when you are shifting one limiting belief or thing that always happens every year around this time, and it's like you can bet on it that it will happen and you'll be a millionaire because you'll win. Well, this year don't bet because you're going to be different. So whether it still happens or not, it's not going to affect you differently. And that's what matters, right? So we're dealing with emotional neutrality today. So what is that? It's not detachment. It's about you staying centered so you keep your peace that you found yesterday and that we've been doing for, this is day 4. So we've been doing this for 3 days. And you take back your power. So a lot of you all think you have to respond and react, and that makes you powerful. In some circumstances, yes. In others, no. In this case, no. Your response and your reaction and going tit for tat, don't do that. Because you messing yourself up more than that person. Yeah, you get to say what you think you feel like you want to say, but is that really the truth? Right? Okay, so anyway, I'm going off tangent, and I promised I wouldn't go too far off tangent today. Totally amazing. Totally amazing. So, the whole point is your ability to stay centered with the peace that you found, right? And so that it doesn't go away, and your life doesn't just become in shambles, right? So we're starting something new, and we're going to be strengthening what we've already been working on inside of you. We've shown you how to communicate with the body, right? And how to recognize when the body is communicating with you, right? And more specifically, how to communicate with the subconscious mind, due to the fact that the subconscious mind, the autonomic nervous system, is the one that controls and relegates everything that we experience. It's not this 1% that is our conscious mind, right? So picture this. You walk into for the family dinner, right? And the first joke lands a little too hard, right? So they say that thing that triggered you last year, and you feel the heat climbing up your chest. Neutrality doesn't mean you stop caring or it's not affecting you. It means you stay aware enough to choose peace instead of reacting. So you're still in control, and I know that's the issue for many of us, wanting to be in control, right? And so when we are practicing emotional neutrality, we are choosing to still be in control, and we decide how we react. We're not allowing anybody to trigger us and push our buttons, because if they know they can push your buttons, then they will, right? So just know that every time you see, you even get that text that may trigger you, right? Your boyfriend or your significant other was supposed to come, and they late every year. Sometimes they don't even make it because they put something else ahead of that. And every time you see, when you're at dinner and you get that text, you automatically, instinctively pause and think, what, is this him not coming again? Or is this her not coming again? So when that moment comes, let it not rent space in your peace, but decide that you're going to give it a lease. Don't let it rent space in your peace, but decide you're going to give it a lease, right? And so I took some notes here so I could stay focused. And so think about it like this. The cost of reactivity is your focus, and the return on neutrality is your freedom. All right? The cost of reactivity is your focus, and the return on neutrality is your freedom. So I want you to breathe that in. This is a new experience for many, right? Because you like, ain't nobody gonna punk me. I'm gonna say what I need to say. They try to trigger me, I'm gonna react. I got something to say back, right? So now breathe that out and release. Okay, inhale and exhale. Let it out so that your brain recognizes that what we just said, your brain now is reprocessing that to know that you are safe. All right? You're giving it a different meaning to you're making a choice not to react. All right? So now let's go a little bit deeper. Think of the moment when your phone keeps pinging and the kitchen timer is beeping and everyone's talking at once, this is the kitchen moment. Now, this is when you're in the kitchen. And so when that happens, all this stuff is going on and you're doing everything. That's your sign to breathe. Take a moment and just breathe. That's your cue. So I want you, when this occurs, and if it's happening today, even leading up to the family dinner, take a moment, inhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 2, and then exhale for 6. Okay, and this exhale, you're releasing the drama, and each exhale restores your focus. All right, and so from what we've shared so far, type in the chat one word that you are feeling right now. Type in the chat that one word that describes how you are feeling right now, right? Or tell me how would it change this year's holiday if you use the breath and this emotional neutrality to support you when you're triggered by these things that always normally happen in your family. Tired, okay? Okay. All right. So being able to use that breath, right? And thank you, because that reminded me that I'm going to slow down. Because it's interesting, as I've been doing this, just as a side note, okay, I'm not going to go too far off on this tangent. Just as a side note, I noticed that, I be tripping because I'm like, why am I talking so fast? And I know why, because I give myself this time span to get it done in. And it's like, I feel like I got to get everything in and I got to say it so you can get it. No, I'm going to breathe through it. So that's what I have been practicing. So this is helping me too, right? Yeah. All right. So thank you. Tired is one. Okay. Another one is overwhelmed. Okay. So relieved. Okay. Yes. And you don't believe that it's going to happen, but you're going to practice it. Okay. That's all I ask. Just practice it. You don't believe because it's been happening so long. Well, we're going to help you be able to shift that belief too. So let's look at another circumstance that may happen, right? So another thing that can happen is, no, let's do this. Before we do that, because that was a cue for not when you say you don't believe it. So what I want to do now in the next 3 minutes, what I want you to do, make sure you have some water. And let me say, this is for info, edutainment purposes only, right? Do not operate heavy equipment while you're participating and listening to this live. All right, and tap it up. Give me some hearts over here on TikTok and give me some thumbs up if this is resonating with you and you want to see more of this content. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to support you in being able to communicate with the subconscious mind. All right. So if you want to get access to all the other replays, so you get the hour and a half of explanation of how all this works, you'll be able to join our community, the Oneness Wellness Lifestyles community. Okay. Thank you for the hearts. All right. So now, make sure you have some water because you want to stay hydrated, because what we're doing is we are supporting the muscles to offer us feedback. All right. So we're doing some kinesiology, some muscle testing. All right. Because the words that you say and the beliefs that you hold, right, they contribute to what you're creating. Of course, like duh, but I have to say it. So when you are communicating with the subconscious mind, which controls 99% of everything we experience, and how can I prove that in no limited time? Because you did not have to tell your heart to beat. You don't have to tell your heart to beat. You didn't tell your eyes to open so you can wake up. You didn't have to do that. It happens automatically. Autonomic nervous system. That is what controls everything that we experience. All right? And every thought that you think, you are creating. So whether you speak it verbally or not, you're always creating. So if you wonder why you have some of the experiences that you're having, just look at some of the thoughts that you're thinking first. Take responsibility for it first. Be willing to anyway, right? So you can stop blaming others for stuff that's happening to you. All right? So I want you to stand up And first, if you would give me permission to access your energy field, what am I asking for? I am asking for you to acknowledge that there is a unseen power and experience that we all are connected to, right? And in this instance, my higher self is connecting with your higher self to make the shifts, in layman's terms, okay? Some other stuff happening. However, I'm not going to do anything to harm you, because I'm clear that whatever I put out to you is coming back to me in some shape, form, or fashion. And I'm not having it. I don't came too far to have that happening. So I'm not doing that. All right? So if you give me permission to access your energy field for us to be in oneness and doing this together, just say yes. Okay, thank you. For those that are listening live or to the replay, this will support you whenever you look at it and how often you look at it. All right? So yes, thank you. We are connected. And so now what we're going to do, what we're going to test first, right? We're going to calibrate. It's called calibrate, and get our yes and our no, right? Based off of what is true for us, what we know to be the truth. So you want to say what your name is, okay? So you're going to stand up. You want to make sure your knees are not locked. And what else? Yeah, make sure your knees are not locked. I can't go back too far. You won't be able to see me. And you want to make sure, your knees are not locked, and just stand up. So now you want to just relax, and you want to say what your name is. So I'm going to say, my name is Felicia. And you see my body sway forward, right? And some of you are going to try to stop it, and you're not going to be able to. All right? So I've been doing this I've been certified in Awakening Dynamics Technology since 2014, right? And so for some of you, it may take longer for you to get a movement, but you want to go with the first movement. And your body is going to thank you. Trust me, if you choose to pay attention after you have this experience to how your body communicates with you, you will be open to it, because now you have let the body know, oh, that you're back. She wants to communicate. She wants to listen to me now. She wants to listen to me now. Now I can give her some information and some warnings and the signs and the symbols, okay? So she can pay attention and give me and be the steward that God has made her to be over this wonderful vessel, right? Okay, another side note. So now that you have your yes, because you said what your name is, and that is your name, and your body either swayed forward, for some of you, it may have swayed backwards. That means when you ask a question of the subconscious mind and you sway back, that means the answer is yes. Some of you might have went to the side. Whichever direction you went in, some of you might have went in a circle. I've seen it all. Trust and believe. Okay? So that means when you ask a question, that the answer is yes. So now we're going to test what we know that is false. So I'm going to make up a name, or you can say, respecting all the different gender stuff, hey man, you like it, I love it for you. You can say, if you're a man or you're a woman or binary or they or whatever, however, if that's not true for you, because we're testing what's negative, okay? We're testing the no. That's what we're testing. We already got the positive. So you can just make up a name, okay? So I'm going to make up a name. I'm going to say, my name is Yolanda, okay? That's not my name. So my body goes back, right? So now, okay, passed over the minutes. So now we got our yes and our no. So now let's be able to test that belief that you don't believe it's going to work. You don't believe that you can that your peace is your power. You don't believe that you cannot react and still remain powerful, that's your choice. You don't believe that. So how are we going to say that? Because the brain doesn't recognize not, because it gives you more of what you focus on, right? So if you always talk about what you don't have, you just get more of what you don't have, right? So with this particular case and the family dinner and having emotional neutrality, where having peace gives you your power, because that's what the message is. I want you to be able to experience during this holiday season so that you do not have to react to the triggers that have been triggering you all the years before, right? So now let's test. It is easy for me to refrain from responding or reacting. Let's say it like this. It is easy for me to refrain from reacting to a holiday trigger. So see, I gotta know. Okay, I gotta know. What holiday trigger am I gonna have? Okay, but anyway, okay, I gotta know. I gotta know. All right. So did you get a yes? What did you get? If you gotta know and you want to shift it, just say yes, and then I want you to focus on your breathing. Okay, I want you to inhale, and we're gonna shift it. So you're gonna inhale. You're gonna hold. And you're gonna exhale. Okay, so now let's retest. Let's retest. Okay, so now the question, the belief is that it is easy for me to refrain from holiday triggers. So we're gonna wait. And so I got a yes. All right, I got a yes. So now mine shifted from a no to a yes. How about you? Did yours shift? Did you get a shift? All right, let me know if you got a shift, because if you didn't, then that just means we need to go a little bit digger, a little bit deeper in the discovery of getting to the core of what's rooted at the base of that belief. All right. What? Oh, that's not my name. All right. So for those of you who, yay, love you too, thanks. Hey, Sheila. So for those of you who got who had a no, mine was a no in the beginning. All right. Oh, I think I know. It makes sense now. Thank you. I know I got a no now. This is the first time since my mother passed away. She's not going to be here. It makes so much sense. It just dawned on me, because I was like, why I gotta know? And I just got the download as to what it is. My mother passed away June 9th, 2025, and we're having a lot of firsts. So some of the emotions that I'm dealing with is grief, and sadness, and still being able to honor her and be happy, even though she's not here, and smile even when I'm crying, right? So that's what it is. By golly, George. Thank you. I am so grateful that we did this. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you for not believing. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I cleared that. So yeah, I'll report back to you and let you know how I do. And so that's an example, because I got to go now because I'm supposed to be in another class, another meeting. That is an example, using your breath, right? And me being able to connect, being trained in this technology to connect to the theta brainwave, to be able to, via awakening theta state, to help shift it, is a part of some of the clearing process. And just so you know, we're going to be doing this every day. So tomorrow we're going to be dealing with another phase of the holiday harmony, rise above emotions. All right, so you don't have to be triggered by a lot of this stuff. And so if you have certain beliefs that you want cleared, that's going to happen during the holiday season, you can DM me. If you're on TikTok, Facebook, you can send me the belief, and what we'll do is, in the next session, we'll just go through it and clear it. And that way you'll have some hard evidence, because of course it'll be one that you relate to, right? Instead of some of the ones that I'm making up. Well, not making up, but that others have experienced, which may not be a reality for you. You'll have that, your own personal one that is an issue for you. And when we clear it, then you will be able to see, as you're navigating through the holidays, how that worked for you, right? So DM me, whether you're on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, wherever you are, and let me know, and we'll go through that. Okay, so I'm envisioning that this supported you, and tomorrow again tomorrow we're gonna explore energetic boundaries. That's what we're gonna do, and how to stay peaceful when others aren't. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. So as you imagine finishing this holiday, not exhausted, but proud of how calm you stayed and how restful you were able to get rest. You didn't have to be so tired. You couldn't do nothing else, right? And your body just shut down on you, because it will. If you don't give it the rest it needs, it'd be like, I'm out of here. I got to survive too. So we shutting this down. So don't play with me. And so know that the serenity is your new edition, your new tradition, and you can build it, right? So I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for popping in. I didn't do too bad today, so yay. Started about 12:12. So yeah, I did really good. I am so proud of myself. Ooh, yes. So we'll see you tomorrow around this same time, maybe 4 o'clock. But nevertheless, remember that you have everything you need within you and within 8 feet around you. And when you rise above emotions, watch your life rise to meet you. So we'll talk to you later. Bliss, bliss, aloha, assalamu alaikum.